Hey y'all, what's really good? And we're back at it with some more Street Fighter 6, and we back on the hunt again. You know, ain't much to say, but we're hunting for purpose here. You know what I'm saying? So let's learn from these matches and see what we can glean from these fights. First up is Akuma 2, and honestly, like Akuma isn't even that hard of a matchup anymore, so long as I play compact and I don't have too many mental stacks from prior games. So yeah, like the only thing I can say for people who probably are uncomfortable with the Akuma matchup is just look out for that demon rush. It's always a free punish if you can perceive it coming, right? And if you can perceive it, then that means you can jump it. So jump, use whatever combo starter you want in the air, and start your party that way. As you can see, I already have kind of like a good health lead off of just a couple of good reads that I had, and I end the round off with a grab. Pretty cool. I think I did 2 combos in that starting round that got me there, so not bad at all. Not bad at all. I was lucky there to be able to punch the demon rush. Normally when I try to hit it, it'll go off anyway, and I'll get grabbed for it. That wasn't very good. I should have jumped that. And see, I was trying to prove to myself that I can DP and it'll hit, but I was proven wrong. And I try something risky and I lose for it, which is fine. We gotta learn some way, somehow. That was a good drive rush from him. Only thing I probably could have done there better was either crouch block it or try and parry it. Yeah. Akuma things, you gotta remember this character does crazy damage in the corner, or crazy damage just in general, right? So again, just playing compact, you gotta really try your best to slow it down, and when he makes a mistake, capitalize, right? I'm just glad to see that combo actually worked, because sometimes it has a consistency of missing. Oh, and I get my conversion. Looks like my drive impact button is functioning properly today. My jumping medium didn't come out, but I still got the dive kick in the combo, which is cool. No big deal. Landing the cross up into the dive kick, I mean, if you're not ready, it's gonna hit. Don't rely on that situation I just used, by the way. If they block it, you're in like a super minus situation for you as the Cammy player. So just in case you're trying to learn from that situation, Though the hooligan out of corner and like out of bad position is really good. I'm starting to think you just do the heavy variation of the hooligan and try and get like that +0 to utilizing that +0 into like something into a better option, right? So we end up tying it up, but who's gonna take the set? That's the real question here. See, I tried parrying it there, but I got grabbed. And sometimes it's kind of obvious when they're gonna grab when you parry, and I try to like grab immediately as soon as I activate the parry, but I don't know, like sometimes it just doesn't work. But that's fine, I'm just here to muzzle this bear, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna aim for. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but that doesn't stop me. That will never stop me. And then now I'm just thinking like that the charged overhead into combo conversion is just unreliable in general. So thinking of different things to do when they're in the corner like that, and I get I don't know what the technical term is, but I get them confused. Like I'm just trying to figure out what I should be doing there instead of doing that. But I don't want to do anything too basic, You want to utilize all those like big damage chances. And you see how my foot like touched his foot and then nothing happened? Did y'all see that? Let me know if I'm bugging. I gotta know. And see, I utilized that +0 situation, but I couldn't get anything out of it. Again, you gotta work those things out, smooth those bumps, for sure. This Akuma, by the way, is very strange in my mind because he's an Akuma that doesn't use fireballs, and a lot of Akumas like to abuse fireballs, and that's kind of how I get my big openings, my big chances to like do like little bits of damage to them. But again, this guy isn't utilizing his fireballs as much. He's more like a demon rusher, which is interesting tactic. But again, if you know how to punish that, you know, it's all she wrote for him. You know what I mean? And yeah, I land my combo, and you know when it's time to kill, I'll never miss. Which yeah, that was an interesting Akuma. I think as long as he refines his strategy, he could go far. And another Akuma, man. You know, I don't hate it. Like, I don't disagree with it. It's just another Akuma. I gotta just play the same game plan, play tight, see what he does, counter, and react accordingly. Man, this DP, bro. I gotta figure out how to stop these DPs, bro. Oh my god. And see, like, I'm gotten into this bad habit of doing the hooligan, and when I just should be going into spiral there's no reason for me to hooligan as much as I do, other than the fact that, again, it's just like it's a bad tick. I gotta work that out. I might have to play a different character just to like forget my bad habits. It's a good way to erase the brain when you feel like you have a bad habit, is learn a new character. I might go back to Bison, but who knows? I really just generally want to play characters that I enjoy, like that vibe with me and my game style, my play style. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I originally thought Bison was like one of those characters, and I still think he is. It's just after going back to my main, I don't know how many people can relate, but it's just nothing scratches the same itch, you know. You're just kind of trying to find something that gets close, you know, but nothing truly satisfies, which is I don't know, like a weird thing to say, but you know, I'm still trying to find like maybe a better character, or some characters in general that I like playing as much as I like playing Cammy. He's getting good pressure off. I'm glad that spam low that he was doing didn't catch my jump. Normally that stuff just prevents me from doing anything on wake up. It was a good, like, the hooligan was a good option there, but I had to wait for him to get lower. But that hooligan was so stupid. Again, bad habit. I don't, like, I think if I jump there, he has an easy anti-air option. You know, I don't want to walk in and get like clipped by a button, because everyone's fear of influence is just bigger than mine, right? That was supposed to be a DP, but I got an empty jump instead, which confused the hell out of me. Let's see if I can't recover. That's a good drive impact from him. Obviously, off the drive rush, you get drive impact like so easily. I'm in the corner. This should be my death here. Oh, but he messes up the combo. Like to see it. I get another drive rush in, and I close out. Like that's why I say the crouching medium punch for Cammy is so ass, because people can interrupt it very easily. So that's where I say, you know, try to mix up the timings of your attacks for Cammy might be a big key for her now. But again, it's harder to do than it is to say it. You know what I mean? So again, it's just more practice, more precision. But yeah, we end up winning the set. You know, 2-0. Crazy. It's an African princess. Is Elena from Africa or is she from Brazil? I genuinely don't know. Yeah, but again, in this matchup, I've said it before, it's just all about avoiding the spears and getting in, figuring out if she's a standing kind of person or if she's a croucher. They're either one or the other. They're never both. You know what I mean? Unless you're fighting somebody who's like smurfing, then they're a high level smurf. Then you might run into somebody who can actively change, which is something that I am running into now, and it's a little bit of a daunting task just trying to keep up with all the change. But with time and again more familiarity, things are possible. Ooh, very nice. Pom pom. I don't know. I just like watching Elena play because the Elena players that actually dedicate themselves to the character, they show me something new like every day, literally. So I don't know. Seeing a character evolve in real time is good tea. I like to sip. Is the only way I can explain it. I'm kind of sad though that drive impact didn't punish her option there. I felt like it should have. It was a very quick response. You know what I mean? And that button doesn't look very safe on block anyway. So I don't know. Again, I like Cammy's buttons. If you counteract them, I'm stuck in a negative situation. So fighting all these characters that when you counteract their buttons, they're stuck in a positive situation just shows the level of difficulty that a Cammy player has to go through. At this point, I'm trying to tell myself not to play any of the really cheap characters because I don't want to, I don't like the characters. I'm only playing them because they're easy, right? And I can't swallow that pill, you know what I mean? I can't drink that Kool-Aid. I just don't like it, you know? I don't want to be I don't want to become poisoned. Does anyone know that? Anyone know that saying? Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's what I feel right now. You know, I think if anything, I might if I don't want to try to relearn Bison, I might just either relearn Mai or go and try and learn Elena to a serious extent. But you know, only time will tell what I actually choose. She's stressing out a little bit. You can tell by how frantically she's using her buttons. But again, trying to calm that storm because if she hits me with this, that's another thing as a Cammy main that I would say you have to get used to, or that you understand when it happens, is when people start freaking out because you're doing a lot. Just learning how to control that storm and picking your shots to blow that storm up and to end it is a very challenging task, I would say. She just hit me with a lot of good buttons here. She's utilizing some buttons in ways that I haven't quite seen. And also, you guys see, I go for a combo that normally works, and in some situations it just doesn't. You know, it gets really taxing in my brain, especially mid game when it happens, because it's just bro, I do the right thing, and yeah, I don't get rewarded for it. It's a little upsetting, and then I have to rely on a player mistake to capitalize. But anyway, we're on to an Ed Spaghetti, but hopefully it's not a med. No, it's classic. So we're rocking and rolling with this. We're gonna, honestly, this matchup is just all about crushing the spider webs when you see it, and you know, again, getting them in the corner because that's where we live. Oh yeah, he's 1 HP now. What does he do? Yep. I'll get like it Cammy things, right? You're gonna leave them at 1 HP more often than not. So just understanding and accepting that, not letting that frustrate you in game is so key, so key. It's so key, it's so key. But if you say it fast enough, it's okay, it's okay. You know what I mean? Anyway. Just a basic B&B. That combo, that light, or is it medium, I don't know what you want to call that. His secondary light punch, like, I just be wary of that because he can go into a lot of like loop, a lot of feelings that, a lot of like situations that feel like a loop off that punch. So just being really wary of it is very key. Like, I wouldn't recommend drive impacting it because he can just do it like once or twice and go into a grab, and it's like pretty solid. So don't get blown up. You saw there earlier what he just tried to do, and I understand it and try to prevent it. See, he did it again too. Like, it's fast and it covers a good medium range, so it's just kind of like, again, I gotta get in, push him in the corner, and play my game. I want to drive impact his drive rush a lot, but I just think to myself, like, he's going to drive impact my drive impact off the rush, so I can't really rely on it too much. Oh yeah, he's dead. Again, just gotta pick your shots, precision, aim, and strike. Be at the archer. But yeah, final game, right? Unless I mess this up, which is it's likely, but honestly, this Ed hasn't shown me anything too impressive. I've seen better Eds in casual matches. I'm not gonna lie, but like, he's trying his best, right? But his best isn't good enough for me. I'm not satisfied. If you guys haven't known, this guy is a stander. So what we're gonna do, well, you know what we like to do with standers, and that's command grab, command grab, command grab. You got me in the corner though. Let's see if he makes me regret that statement. Good throw loop. I was too far to drive impact that spider web, so I decided not to. And look, he stands again, and that's how he died. Again, guys, just pattern recognition. And another bear. Like, what is going on? Too many bears out today, bro, and I'm not even in the woods. But I feel like these matches put me in the weeds. Holy shit. Was that combo worth it, guys? I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, guaranteed things. Now that I've explained to you guys multiple times how things are so inconsistent, I want to try and rely on consistency. Things that I know that won't drop regardless of, if I press a button too late or if I press a button too fast. I don't know, man. But he gets the first round. It's pretty cool. He DP'd too, which is pretty vanilla, I would say. Devious low kick. I just wish Cammy dive kicks were just a little bit better. Like, I hit some people in the toes, and then they hit me right after that, and I'm like, oh, when you land the Cammy dive kick on the toes, aren't you supposed to have Giga plus like frames or whatever? Like, I know it's not much. I think it's like 3 or 4, but still, like, at least let there be more buttons that are applicable to that 3 or 4 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lose the first game here, but that's fine. Akuma does a lot of damage, and if you're not on top of the ball, at the start, it's to be expected. But again, let's lock in. Let's tighten our game plan, right? I think with this Akuma, or with players that play kind of like this, the biggest thing when I get close is I gotta remember not to like press my buttons as much, but just get into a good range to grab. I feel like that'll really shake him up in the offensive situation to where I can probably utilize more of my more enjoyable game plan, right? All right, again with this hooligan shit, I need to let it go, man. Like y'all can see how stubborn I am when it comes to implementing a certain option in my brain, right? Which again, the stubbornness isn't a bad thing. You always want to be tenacious, right? But understanding being tenacious in the pure sense and not tenacious in one idea is the key here. Again, if I just spiral arrow there, that would have been my round. I have to hold that. That was very stupid. Very stupid. But again, like bad habits, guys. Don't get them. Break yourself of them. That's why you need to have a flexible mindset. You know, there's a good saying out there: "Be formless, be shapeless like water," and it applies to a lot of things and predominantly in fighting. So out of range to do my trap, which is kind of a staple for Cammy. Oh, and then the DP hits. Let's go. Did he just turn Italian? Yeah, look at his range, bro. Some of his buttons push him forward too, so he knows he controls the neutral space really well. Oh, see, I caught him with that, but again, I need to stop doing the hooligan. I'm doing them a little too much. The hooligan should be a surprise. It shouldn't be your everything. It always should be a surprise. But we tie it up. We tie it up, which is really cool. I wish I didn't mess up that combo, but I don't think the heavy kick landed, or it didn't come out obviously, and I got the jump. So it's like you know, gotta change everything up on the fly. I caught him standing. In that round, you guys notice I didn't use the hooligan as much, and as soon as I apply it in those niche situations, you can really end the round with it, so long as you're getting them to react in the way you want, right? I just wish that the overhead hooligan was also an anti-jump option. It would really help Cammy keep the player in corner. Oh, this could be his death right here. Yeah, it is. Again, nuance, guys, nuance. Don't be afraid to put a little salt and pepper on your combos, man. Really chef it up on these hoes, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're comfortable and you're familiar and confident. You strike. Alright, but it's a mirror match, man, and honestly I never feel good about mirror matches anymore, because this character is hard to pilot, dude. Like, again, this mirror matchup's all about momentum, you know what I'm saying? And like it doesn't feel good beating up another killer bee, bro. It just doesn't. We have to fight. We have to do so much just to get this character to function correctly, man. And it's just like, why do I, why do I have to kill her? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that one Adventure Time episode where they made the Chimera, and it had like mind reading capabilities, right? And the only way they could have beaten it is by creating another Chimera. And the Chimera was like, "Brother, they want us. This is what they want us to fight against each other. Rule with me." And then he just starts cawing at him. I remember one of their names is Stormo, but yeah, like that's just how I feel. Like I'm just like, brother, we could rule the galaxy as father and son, and then it's just like it's like Annie's just like, I hate you, burning in the lava and shit. And it's like, I guess that's your choice, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it sucks. Rule with me. Nope. Hold that grab. All right. All right. She got the momentum there, you know. I want her to show me something interesting though. Like again, in these Cammy matchups, like no one's really doing anything cool. We're just doing basic stuff, you know, trying to catch the other one with like small things, you know. And off that overhead, I realized I got her to stand, so she might start standing a lot more. Let's see if I catch it. I catch. Told you. Like again, it's just train their brains into doing something that you want them to do. You know what I mean? And train their brain into doing something I want her to do. You know what I mean? But again, I don't want to waste my level 2 just to get an anti-air. I don't want to do that. Like, but did you guys think that was cool? I don't know. Again, I'm not. I don't find satisfaction in my own actions. Is that bad? It's terrible. I guess it feels terrible because you know it's like, oh, hooray for me! I did it. You know what I mean? There's no like. It, it doesn't feel. It doesn't. It's not enough. I have to do it more. I have to get more victories. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's weird. Oh, ooh, she got a little sauce on it. She got a little sauce on it. She hit me with a little sauce. It was nice. It was zesty. You know what I'm saying? I'll put that on my pasta and cook it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was nice. That was a pleasant little trap, but she didn't get much out of it. It was just unfortunate. She had a little sauce going on. She had a little sauce going on. Can't be mad at it. I'd applaud her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you right now, she gonna die. Oh, that was good. That was a good DP. See, you know what? Better than me. I can't even DP. My shit will miss. Anyway. Oh, ow. Owie. Oh, well, she's not confident in her buttons. Oh, but she DPs me again. Wow! Oh, look at that. Look at the sauce. But it was a light conversion, which does jack doo-doo. But, hey, she got the round. You know, golf claps, golf claps. Appreciate it. Oh, she DPs again. And then her dry rush gets checked. Ha 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 ha. And then she DPs me again. Oh, and then the light conversions. She's doing a wonderful job, honestly. Her changeup is really working, but she's playing a really solid defensive game, so that tells me I have to probably grab her a little bit more. And trying to sneak in a grab as Cammy can be quite the task. Oh. And then she interrupts an EX move with a jumping move, which is insane in my mind. But you know, I just hit her with something really good on wake up. She didn't expect it. Another Akuma. Maybe I am in the woods. Fuck. Did anyone bring bear mace? Shit. Maybe I am the bear mace. Maybe that's what it is. Look at how he utilizes the standing medium punch. It's a really good neutral space tool, and he's showing it on display here. But again, that neutral tool isn't good enough to deter me. He's gonna have to change his mind, or I will change it for him. I will be that switch that switches up his mind. Whew, the only time I DP. Yeah, see, he gonna back up. He gonna back up and utilize that tool, because look how much he can back up and still hit. You know, because it moves him forward a slight margin. You know, it's kind of disgusting. But again, he's a fireball user, and you know what that means. The spin knuckle is online. It is online. I think the reason why he uses the fist the way he does is because his neutral game up close is bad, and that's why he also leans on the fireballs from far as well. Because again, those two things will kind of save your neutral, especially when you have certain moves that kind of help you skip neutral. If I just pick my shots better, I can snipe out those moves and crush those options in his mind. But hey, we're in the corner now. You know, this is where I live. This is where we all live as Cammy. So you know, just bunker down. But you see, I kind of messed it up. Oh, oh, let me. Ooh. Hey, and he had a bad habit, and you know what I say to that? Utilize and abuse. Utilize and abuse. I'm really uh surprised to see how many drive rushes I have prevented in this video alone. Maybe that is something that other KB players can obtain from this video, is the fact that you don't have to just sit there and accept drive rush. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.